All right, so I just went to go watch Superman last night. Loved it, but also kind of sparked this conversation of which superhero.
I kind of sparked it too because I had a dream last night and I was Superman, and it was a great dream. Okay,
And we all agreed that you do give Superman.
At the same time,
energy.
I feel like he's more Captain America energy.
because I love America.
Oh.
I really do.
America.
I really
I know,
do.
but there's something about Superman that's.
Yeah, I mean, they're from the different worlds, so you're like a combination.
So I can be both.
That's a great
Thank you.
combo.
Thank you.
That is
TJ,
great.
easy. TJ's Hulk.
TJ Easy Hulk. of
That's
course.
easy money.
Thank you. I'm the brown
Grace?
Hulk.
Grace, I mean, it would be predictable to say a girl, but I just think the newest Spider-Man.
I was hoping for Spider-Man.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that
Thank
Gwen?
you.
Is that Gwen Stacy?
No.
What?
No.
I suck.
What's his name? Tom Holland.
Everything-
I don't even know what you're
You're like the
saying.
Tom
No,
Holland
but is
Superman.
Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
a girl?
Spider-Man. Whoa.
No, MJ.
MJ. What's Gwen from?
Gwen Stacy's from the Amazing
Gwen
Spider-Man.
is from the Amazing
Okay,
Spider-Man.
Hollis, I have a thought. Do you guys have a thought? Because yours might be
Say yours.
Ant-Man. Is that what you were thinking?
Really?
Is that what you were thinking?
What the freak?
What? That's a good one.
Ant-Man is not a good one. Ant-Man is not a
You
good
just kind
one.
of got like fun,
TJ's reply.
happy energy. You know?
I do think that's okay. Okay, well, welcome to this episode.
I get wrecked in these intros every time. I hope you guys know that. And that's okay.
This is great.
This is Talon.
This is TJ.
This is Hollis.
And this week we're talking about eternity's great gifts: Jesus Christ, atonement, resurrection, and restoration by Elder Gong.
All right, when I first thought of this talk, guys, this message that I have or the thoughts I have is for those people out there who feel like they have life pretty much together. They're very happy, genuine people, and they love helping others. I feel like we have so many listeners that are so good at helping others and so good at just trying to be a better disciple. And like, kudos to you guys for that. But also, I thought of those people who do those things, but struggle to tell people kind of the harder things that are going on in their life. Because that was me. And I feel like sometimes that is still me, where I try to do my best. I love helping others, love asking questions all the time, but struggle really opening up about the hard stuff that I may be going through or have gone through. Elder Gong in this talk, for the first long bit of this talk, he talks about example after example where people cried in the scriptures. And then he talks about examples of why people cry in real life. And he just gives you so many rapid fire examples. But then he has a line here wherein he says, when our tears flow, we sometimes apologize, embarrassed. But knowing that Jesus Christ understands life's pains and joys can give us strength beyond our own as we navigate bitter and sweet. And it really reminds me of this talk I had. I went to lunch with my friend Jordan. We all know Jordan here. She's awesome. And I think we're talking about relationships or when we go through hard things. And I remember I was talking to her, I'm like, when I go through something hard, I don't tell people about it, but I act different, hoping they notice, so they ask me a question. I don't know if you guys feel that or not.
Like when someone's food is good and you're like, that looks really good. You know?
Exactly. It's that feeling where you're going through something, but you're not going to tell someone, but you're going to act different so they can do the hard work. And I sometimes feel that way with God or with other people in my life, where if I'm going through something, I will not tell people. And honestly, I'm so bad at crying too. I mean, when was the last time you guys cried? Be honest.
I was actually just thinking that. TJ, what do you got, brother?
I feel like since I've become a dad, I cry a lot.
Mm.
So I just feel like it's easy now. I don't know. I think it's
Tell
That's
us, like,
tender.
Yeah.
That's tender.
It's like, that's not me,
But
man.
sometimes,
Kick in for me, yeah.
sometimes I'm like crying for like silly stuff, but yeah.
I cried 2 days ago. Sunday.
You did 2 days ago? Why?
I was reading a book.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
I was reading a book and I just finished the book and it was really sad.
How about you, Tom?
Oh, mine was Monday. Mine was more recent.
Whoa.
Mine was Monday.
I love that. I think mine was probably 2 weeks ago. So we got some criers here.
That was, yeah,
which I
all of us
like.
really
But
recent.
I want to say that I've historically been really bad at crying to the point where I went on this website that would show you one really sad video a day to help you cry better.
my goodness.
And the
you
first
did not.
website, the first time I got it, it showed the first 3 minutes of Up. That did it for me. I was like, I really like this website. But guys, as I thought about crying more, I feel like the more I thought about it and was pondering a little bit, crying is almost like a silent prayer or a silent call out to heaven that you need help. And I want to let people know who are listening to this that help can be one of the most powerful words you can have in your vocabulary when it comes in your prayers to God and when it comes in your relationships with people, because you have so many people who want to help you. You have a God who loves you endlessly and wants to help you. And sometimes I feel like we get in the way of that. And I've seen myself get in the way of that. And I want to be someone who allows people to help me. I want to be someone that allows a God that cares about me so much to help me. And I think that's one of the most beautiful ways we can live life, is living it in a way where we let people help us.
I'm just thinking about, like, I was sitting here listening to this. I think it was beautiful, Hollis. I'm trying to think, like, when did Jesus do this? Like, can I find a good example of Jesus doing it? There's a couple that come to mind, but one that's really hitting me is just when he would go off to be alone with God, you know? And I just, and so I'm grateful to, like, I think it's important to realize, like, Jesus did that too. And there's these other moments in the scriptures, that some of these tender, just kind of intimate moments where Jesus is crying out, to God for help, like when he's suffering in the garden, when he's on the cross. Something also that I want to say about this is, like, sometimes when we hold back our reaching out for help, sometimes, like, we're taking an opportunity away for someone to, like, minister to us and to love on us and to serve us and to act as Christ would as well. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
so
100%.
that's something beautiful that can happen when you reach out for help. You give someone the opportunity to love you and to take care of you. And not to say that you should just give that to anybody. I mean, it's probably want it to be someone that you trust and someone that you love, someone that understands. But yeah, it's just so important to talk about this.
Yeah, this is such a random memory, but it just keeps coming to my mind. A while back, I was on an island all by myself. I was like doing some work stuff. I was there for a couple days by myself.
That is
On this island by myself, just
intro.
passed away.
Yeah, it's like Survivor.
Crazy way to start.
There was other people, but like, I went by myself. Then I swam and survived. No, okay. I was there by myself, and I remember it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful island, and I kept getting to all these amazing spots, experiencing all these amazing things. And I remember the specific moment that I was at this lookout that was so pretty. And I remember just sitting there, and I just was like, dang, I want someone to share this with. And I just remember after that experience and thinking so much, it's nice to share things with people. And I think that goes as much for the highs as the lows. It's just nice to share things. And I'm thinking of this other experience that I just gotten shoulder surgery, and they give you these painkillers that are supposed to make it so you don't feel much, but I don't do great with painkillers. So I was throwing up like crazy. And every time I'd throw up, it'd like shake my shoulder. Like, it was such a painful moment. And it was like that for hours on end. And I remember I was at my grandma's house at the time, and I went up to my grandma and I just started crying. And she just gave me a hug and just started crying with me. And it's weird because that was one of the most painful moments of my life. But when I look back at some of the most beautiful moments of my life, that was one of them, because I shared it with her. It's nice to share things with people, whether that's highs or lows.
I was talking to someone the other week, and they were kind of saying something that they're going through right now, and that it's made them become a crier. And they were like laughing about it a little. And then they said, but I don't cry in front of a lot of people. Like, even though like now I'm crying a lot more than I ever have in my life, I only have like a couple people that I'm willing to cry in front of. And then they stopped for a minute and they said, but I think crying in front of people is the way that I've felt the most loved in my entire life. And it like paused me for a second. And I was like, wait a minute, that's like a kind of a bold claim, first of all, because there's a lot of things you can do to make people feel loved. But for them, unquestionably, it was being able to cry in front of someone and the response that they received when they were willing to show their hurt in front of these people. And it makes me just pause and think for a second about my relationship with God, and how often in my prayers, like, I'll be hesitant to show emotion, or I'll like want to hold back, or I won't say something because I don't want to be like too emotionally involved in the prayer or whatever. And I want to change that now. And I want to be willing to cry in my prayers and to show emotion in my prayers, because I wonder how much love I would feel from heaven if I was willing to open up in an emotional way to heaven. And I wonder if maybe that's like a level of love from Heavenly Father that I haven't necessarily unlocked yet because I haven't opened up that way emotionally.
I really believe emotions are God-given and they're a way we can connect with God. And this reminds me, I just came back from Japan on this humanitarian trip, and we had a mom that was there, and she shared something about my co-leader there in Japan that I really love that I want to share here. She says, in one particular conversation, I shared with her about how hard it was when my mom passed away unexpectedly. I got a little emotional because it still hurts to miss her. And she listened, cared, was genuine, present, and wept with me. It was probably the most meaningful moment of my trip. She exhibited the love of Christ in her interaction with me in a way that most people don't quite get. It was pure, and I'm forever grateful for her Christ-like love and example. I think that's a beautiful way of saying sometimes the best thing you can do is show those emotions with me, is share that experience with me, like Talon was talking about, because those are the moments that can mean the most.
I'm just thinking of those verses in Mosiah, just talking about our baptismal covenant, right? Mourning with those that mourn, comforting those that stand in need of comfort, and standing as a witness of God. And everything that we're talking about, and like showing emotion and reaching out for help and all those things, like it's just hitting me right now. Like that's living your baptismal covenants, and it's allowing other people to live theirs, you know? And so it's so cool because last week we talked about if we let God, like God will make crazy things happen in just a couple hours. But also what's hitting me now is we believe in a God that will let crazy, amazing, beautiful experiences happen when we're vulnerable and when we reach out and when we're open. And so just pumped that we're talking about this. I want to do this better.
Yeah, I just keep thinking this whole time. I just watched my little sister leave on a trip, and I just love this little sister. She's just 16. She's so young, and I'm just like, I hope she's okay. Like I've been so nervous for her. But I have a friend that's going on the trip with her, and I'm like, oh no, she's gonna be okay because that girl's there. And I just wonder if that's how God felt when he said, each of us down. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, like I'm nervous for this one. He's like, no. I'm like, I'm sending him with my people. I'm sending him with someone. I just don't think he wanted us to do this life alone. I really don't think he wanted us to do this life alone. I think he wanted us to connect and to gather and to reach out to people and to be there for them and to reach out to people when we need them to be there for us. I think that's the way he intended his whole plan to be.
There's a verse in Doctrine and Covenants 88. My mom said this to me when I was growing up, and I think it explains that really well, Talon, because I don't know what it's actually talking about. Stars, I think so. Don't worry about that, everyone. It's fine. It's not that serious. But to me, it means so much more than that. And this is what it says. It's D&C 88:44. And they give light to each other in their times and in their seasons, in their minutes, in their hours, in their days, in their weeks, in their months, in their years. It's really hard to be able to share light with people if you forget that other people need it, or if you don't realize that other people need it. And vulnerability and crying and tears and opening up about what you're really going through is giving people the opportunity to step in and share light with you. But what I think is super, super marvelous about the plan that God made is that he has perfectly placed people in your life in specific, you heard it, seasons, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years that are specifically placed to bless you and to help you. That is the plan of God. People in your life in specific moments sent there to help. And how sad if we miss out on those opportunities, not just to help, but to receive it. How sad if we miss out on something that God has been planning for centuries to help you and to lift you and to bless you, simply because we're not willing to open up to people.
The Spirit of God, like a fire, is burning. The latter day glory begins to come forth. The visions and blessings of old are returning, and angels are coming to visit the earth. We'll sing and we'll shout with the armies of heaven. Hosanna, Hosanna to God and the Lamb. Let glory to them in the highest be given, henceforth and forever. Amen and amen.
We can't wait to read all of your insights, all your thoughts, all of your comments. So make sure to say everything you're thinking about or pondering or the revelation answers that you're getting in our comment section on our video. And we'll see you next week.